Hello, Yuri-san. You are a garden specialist and you've been researching as well as designing gardens for many years. Today, I would like you to help us understand what we're looking at when we're looking at a Japanese garden.
It's my pleasure accompany you. Okay, go.
There are different types of gardens, and today we will be discussing a Zen garden. I think we can start by saying that all gardens are always created in conjunction with a building and designed for viewing from within that building.
Now we are at Komyo-in temple in Kyoto, and this is Zen temple. It was founded in the 14th centuries, and the garden was designed by Mirei Shigemori in 1939.
A garden is a living form of art, of course, and its appearance and atmosphere changes with the seasons. Now it just started raining, and it's wonderful to see how the colors of the stones and the moss have deepened. And also the scent of the garden has changed. It's now a little bit stronger.
Yes, it is very nice in the autumn to listen the sound of the rain and the birds singing. But I also like to visit here in winter, like covered with snow.
Mirei Shigemori is a very significant garden designer. What can you tell us about him?
He was born in the end of 19th century. He dedicated his life to survey Japanese gardens. He measured and researched 400 gardens in all over Japan. Then he published 26-volume books. It's called The History of Japanese Garden.
What's quite exciting is that we're looking at the very first garden he ever designed. And another special aspect of this garden is that there is a very good viewpoint from a higher floor. So I think we should look at it from there.
Yes, let's go.
What a unique viewpoint we have from up here. Can you describe the garden for us?
Yes. The whole most part represents the land, and the white gravel it represents the ocean. And you can see the azalea hedge. It represents the clouds. Then you can see the stone. It's three-set stone. It represents the Buddha in the center. And the other two stones represent the guard to protect Buddha. The small stones represent the light coming from the Buddha stone. And it's all laid out on a straight line toward to the Buddha stone. And you can see some sand pattern in the white gravel. It represents the wave of the ocean. And you also can see the small pebbles, the edge of the moss. Mm-hmm. It also represents the spray of the ocean.
And what did Mirei Shigemori want to express with this garden?
This is dried rock garden. It is called karesansui in Japanese. He wanted to express the Zen word hashin, which means if there were no clouds, the moon would always be beautifully reflected in the waves on the surface of the water. The clouds represent the mind wanderings, and the moon represents the light of enlightenment. It means the Buddha's light will shine on your mind if you have a pure heart.
Mirei Shigemori also designed the tea pavilion at the top of the garden.
Yes, he wanted to represent a full moon rising from the clouds.
Yuri-san, can you tell us what kind of skills are involved in designing a Japanese garden?
To design the Japanese garden, it is important to know the different aspects of the Japanese culture, such as Zen, tea ceremony, paintings, and waka poetry. This is because the Japanese garden designed without knowledge of Japanese culture has no meaning. Japanese garden also requires the knowledge of stones and a technique to set them in a place and to make them beautiful. And of course, a good Japanese garden cannot be created without a deep knowledge of plants, trees, and moss.
The garden has to be looked after all year round, of course, and in fact, for the Zen monks, it's part of their practice.
Yes, they learn how to draw the sand pattern by raking, and also they look after the garden as a part of their training.
Yuri-san, thank you so much for helping us understand what lies at the heart of a Zen garden.
It's my pleasure, Sophie-san. I'm happy to be here. I've seen many gardens by Mirei Shigemori, but this is my number one.
Thank you.